Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Walk the Talk. On this debut episode of the series, we have with us a very special guest, a man who is known for teaching, who's inspired over 2 decades of students. We have with us today Dr. Augustin. So, I'd like to start off with your early life, sir. Can you tell me a little bit about where you grew up and how that was for you?
I am from a village. The place is called Susepur.
Yes,
Very difficult to pronounce here.
Yes, sir.
It is southern part of Tamil Nadu.
Yes, sir.
It is a small village where there are no facilities, no electricity, no road facility. But there are 2 schools in our village.
Okay, sir.
Irrespective of this
Caste and whatnot.
yeah,
It wasn't there.
there's not. It is there.
It's there, but it isn't very prevalent.
But it is almost 100 years old village
Okay.
related to education.
Education. Okay.
Yeah, therefore there are 2 schools. Therefore we studied in the school. The main advantage of the school is they create leaders.
Leaders.
From the school days onwards.
Right.
Because every month they elect students.
Okay.
Some person will become president, another person will become secretary, third person will become a finance officer.
And these people have their own responsibility.
They have responsibilities, and if they don't fulfill it,
Okay.
at the end of the month, they are
penalized.
questioned. They are penalized.
penalized.
They have to
Okay.
pay something like 10 paise
Okay.
for every work they are not done.
Oh, okay.
Therefore,
So it's more efficient than the government, basically.
Yes, that is that. For the schools, usually we clean, we sweep.
Okay. You didn't have any janitors, no maids,
Nobody,
nothing of the sort. Okay.
no attenders, nothing.
Okay.
All the students work in the morning,
Okay.
sweep the entire ground,
Yes.
and including the classrooms.
Okay.
And in the evening we have some work like say bringing water,
Okay.
and we have to pour water to the plants.
Right.
That is the responsibility to every student. So there is no discrimination
And
between
when
X
does
and
this
Y.
start? So when do they elect these students and whatnot? At what standard? What
It is from first standard onwards.
from first
to
grade,
8.
you're inculcated
Yeah,
with
the
a sense
same.
of
Yes, sense of responsibilities, and cleanliness, maintaining discipline, everything is done by the students
themselves. For the students, by the
for the
students.
students.
Oh.
For that background, I have grown.
Okay.
Therefore, it is. Therefore, one way it has developed a leadership quality. At the same time, self-responsibility.
Yes.
At the same time, we create our own value systems.
Right.
In a village.
Of course.
But after 8th standard, then I went to town. That's called Madurai.
Madurai.
I went to Madurai St. Mary's Higher Secondary School,
Yes, sir.
where the background is entirely different.
Right.
But there is my main aim was only to study.
Right.
For my parents have educated me, and they have strict rules at home.
Of course.
The rules are very clear. 6 o'clock, whether you play, whatever you do, at 6 o'clock you have to sit in a place. We have a small roof. The house, which is made up of thatched house like. For this, we have to sit at 6 o'clock, and we have to we have a hurricane light. I think here students may not be knowing what is a hurricane light.
It's basically a little older version of a kerosene
lamp.
Right.
For in and around the kerosene lamp, around 7 members of the family we sit and study till 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. 6 to 8.
6 to 8 compulsory.
Okay.
Otherwise we are beaten.
Okay.
Royally beaten by parents.
Your father didn't spare
My father, no, he doesn't spare on this.
Okay.
Whether X or Y. Therefore, my mother also gives little chavi to him.
Yes, sir.
To say so and so not done this particular day.
Course, yeah.
Whether we study that 2 hours, that does not matter then.
Okay.
The main aim is if somebody has to sit.
Okay.
Once the person sits, after some period of time, he is tempted to study.
Okay.
Therefore, that was developed. The same habit has continued when I went to St. Mary's,
Okay.
Jesuit organization.
Okay.
That is St. Mary's run by Jesuits, Tamil Nadu Jesuits.
Okay.
For the rules are same.
Same rules. So you didn't really have any
No.
difficulty coming from that background to a Jesuit?
No, because my father also studied in the Jesuit organization.
Okay.
For that same rule
He brought
continued.
it home.
Yes.
And you took it to college.
Yeah, to college.
Okay.
For that has developed some extent.
Okay.
Thereafter, after finishing my schooling, then went to St. Joseph's Trichy.
Okay.
That is also a Jesuit organization. There also very strict rules.
course.
Same rules continues. For the main motive is to study.
Study.
One aspect is, especially a fellow who comes from village, we have no option.
Other than education.
Yes, if we don't study, we cannot. In fact, I have to go back to my village.
Okay.
There is no other income.
Okay.
Therefore, we can't generate income from village.
Okay.
That type of situation, because our area is very dry area.
Okay. So there
Dry
are
in
no
the
crops
sense,
and what
the
not.
dry in the sense, I have to carry 4 kilometers. I have to carry water from
Water.
4 kilometers.
Okay.
And one well to another we have to go. The whole village moves.
From
every
one
day.
well to another.
Yeah,
Oh.
because one well dries,
Dries and
then
you
I
move
go
on
to
to the
another
next
well, and continuously it is almost 8 months it is dry.
Okay.
The remaining 4 months, because of the rainy season, we are able to get water.
Okay.
But that water, anything we have to go far away places.
Okay.
Crops, very, very uncertain.
Okay.
But all these uncertain conditions, the fellow who doesn't study, he is at home in the village, and that's
He
it.
stays
That-
there. That's
that
the
ends.
village.
That
The
ends.
village is his end.
That ends.
Okay.
His life.
Okay.
For those who are educated, 1 or 2 guys like me, for example, 1 out of in every batch, 1 student like me
Okay.
come out of the village
Okay.
and go to 9th
The-
standard
Madurai.
in Madurai.
Madurai. Okay.
Then we grow.
Okay.
For that 1 out of say the whole district.
Oh,
I
one
ca-
student just comes out.
Yeah, 1 student comes out.
Those odds are very.
Yeah, that is what
tough, sir.
I'm actually in 8th standard. I got the second rank out
Okay.
of 30 students.
Yes, sir.
The first student didn't go because his father is not able to
Send
meet his expenditure
Okay.
in the school.
Okay.
But my father is a school teacher, therefore he was able to send me to higher secondary school, to the
Of course.
9th standard.
Yes, yes.
Luckily, we studied.
Of course.
And all the 7 members of the family, we have studied. Everyone has completed post-graduation
Oh, that's wonderful, sir.
from village, and almost I am a doctor here, and my brother is elder brother is MSc mathematics, MSc MPhil, and he has done MEd. And also now he has completed PhD in
wonderful.
mathematics.
Yes.
Second brother is working St. Joseph's Trichy.
Okay.
He is also MSc in mathematics.
Okay.
He is a doctor in mathematics.
Of course.
I'm third.
Okay.
And fourth one is my sister. She has completed MCA. Then she is also doctor in computer science.
Oh.
Then the fifth one is my brother.
Okay.
He did his MTech from IIT from Delhi.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Then the sixth person is from she's working in government school.
Okay.
She's also MSc mathematics.
Right.
She scored 100 out of 110th standard
Oh.
mathematics.
Right.
And she's working in a school. And the last one is a computer engineer
Right.
working in Wipro. Therefore, all 7.
I think all 7 of you are
Yes.
actually examples of what education can do to you. It
Yes,
can-
yes.
Even
That's
if
only
you come
education.
from a small village,
Yes.
limited resources, like you said, moving from one well to another for
Yes.
water itself.
Yes.
Education can bring you out.
Yeah, that-
education is something that gives you
Yeah.
tools.
Village person, mainly, especially small villages, small town people, they have no other option.
Of course.
For education can bring them to the next level.
Of course.
Otherwise, they'll perish there itself.
Right.
Say for a town like this, Bangalore,
Yeah.
you can explore anything.
Right.
Somewhat parents have earned enough income
Yeah.
or wealth,
Right.
and you can make use of the wealth and you can grow further.
Of course.
But village fellow is not like that.
You don't
Very
have
hard
that
time.
option.
We don't have option.
You have to study.
We have to. But now even if fellow who doesn't is not getting much education,
Right.
he can survive in my village
Okay.
because facilities have improved.
Okay.
They are selling lands now.
Okay.
And in fact, my village land today, I think the price around 75 lakhs,
Whoa.
1 acre.
Right.
But they are
Quite steep.
There are fellows having Audi car in my village. Village fellow.
Coming from no water every
Yes.
month to coming to an Audi.
Yeah, Audi.
Oh.
I was really
That's
surprised.
Quite a leap. Sir.
Vast difference in the last 30 years.
Yes.
There's a tremendous amount of change happens in the villages.
Of course.
Because nearby town there is a big town.
Right, yes, sir.
For side any village in and around, it grows better.
Right.
So this is the major advantage.
So, I wanted to ask you about why you got into teaching, and you said that your father is a school
My
teacher.
father is a teacher, my mother is a teacher, my uncles, my brothers
So
and
you
sisters.
come from a background
Yeah,
of teaching.
background.
Is
But
that what motivated you?
That has motivated.
Motivated
Yeah,
you.
because our lifestyle, we have seen my father,
Okay.
my mother. They are very simple, but they have educated everybody
Of course.
with a simple background, with a little income. And at the same time, the lifestyle is very steady.
Right.
Mostly teaching life is, teacher's life is normally it is very steady life.
Okay. You
Not-
don't have a you.
No,
don't
we
have
don't
to
have
worry
too much.
about-
We
yeah.
don't have too much ambition about anything.
Yeah. Right.
About to achieve something or maybe about related to wealth or something. But we can run a decent life.
It's a service.
Service second aspect.
Okay.
We can't say that service. I don't look at these days as a service.
Okay.
But your life is very simple and you don't bother much about it. At the same time, you can also do service if you really.
Right.
My wife also a professor
Okay.
in Jodhinivas College
Right, sir.
and commerce. She's also done MPhil, MCom, MPhil and B.Ed. For we both on the same educational background.
Right.
And also the major advantage of, say, for a village fellow like me, based on my background, I see. Look at the time of marriage.
Right.
There are so many people who are willing to say, especially girls' side, they always find difficult to search for a boy, right?
Of course.
Even though I am from a village, there are so many options available to me that
Because
time.
you'd studied.
Educated.
Because you were educated.
Yeah, because I
Of course.
studied in Loyola College,
Right.
Chennai. Therefore, that gives me, elevated me to the next level.
Right. Education gave you that extra.
100%. In our village, what we do, for our family, we have prepared already one chart. All of our education, everything is.
Qualification.
Yeah,
right.
everything.
Okay.
We give to the other family, immediately they don't say anything.
You don't have to say anything.
Yeah, see, my brother's wife is a doctor.
Of course.
She's a real doctor, the MBBS doctor. Like that, each one is highly qualified. Everyone is highly qualified. Whoever we have a network thereafter, especially marriage situation also. It gives a different momentum. That is why whenever I talk about, go to my class, my concern about Commerce College is this: why these fellows are not studying?
The present generation, you mean?
I'm not saying present generation. See, you are given opportunity to study. Majority of students are given opportunity to study this type of Jesuit institution. The education, if you inculcate, they can grow better.
But you're worried that they're not actually taking up that opportunity.
No. Why so many fellows are failing?
Right.
Even I say 10 fellows, why should they fail?
When you have such facilities, you're been given all the opportunities.
But why that failure? Even there cannot be even one failure in Commerce College. They come with 80%, 90%, but I am just a 53% fellow. These fellows coming to the Commerce College 80, 90%. Why should they fail? There's no chance to fail.
With the facilities,
the opportunities that are available.
Of course.
But they are not making use of the opportunities. That's what I'm saying. That is why I'm concerned about it. Okay. Right.
So, congratulations first off, on getting your doctorate in environmental accounting. I don't think most of our audience would actually know what environmental accounting is. So would you be happy to explain?
Yeah, I joined Bangalore University after getting first rank in PhD entrance examination, and I joined Bangalore University something like 2012. And my major topic I wanted to do was mergers and acquisitions.
Of course.
Because I was taught for 3 years and written a book on mergers and acquisitions. But later on my guide said, no, nothing doing, you please take environmental accounting.
Because mergers and acquisitions was quite easy for you.
Quite easy for me. Within 1 year I can submit my thesis.
Right.
But this is unknown area. Then I thought, okay, let me get into unknown area better.
You wanted to be challenged.
Yeah, let me try, because nothing to lose. This age, nothing to lose for me.
Exactly.
Almost around 54, whether I complete PhD, whether I don't complete PhD, doesn't add anything. But if I can create something new, definitely useful to the public.
Of course.
To especially those who want to do specialization in environmental accounting in the future,
Yes.
definitely this will be helpful to them. That is why I said, okay, whether I complete or not, doesn't matter. Let me do this.
Of course.
So I enter into this. It is unknown area, very difficult to collect the data. First 3 years I struggle.
Okay.
Then I get some momentum.
Of course.
The simple way to explain the environmental accounting is this. If you drive a car,
Of course.
if your car gives 20 kilometers
Yes.
per liter,
Of course.
and 1 liter of petrol
Yes.
has actual weight of carbon weight.
Okay.
Carbon weight around 750 grams
Per liter.
per liter.
Okay. 750 grams.
Grams of carbon.
Carbon. All right.
To burn this carbon, you require oxygen.
Of course.
That is O2.
Oh, yes.
For it requires at least double of the carbon weight is required.
Of course.
That means equal to 1,500 grams of oxygen
Oxygen is
to
required to
burn
burn 750
grams of carbon.
Okay.
For when these two together, combined together, it is called total weight.
Okay.
There were 750 plus 1,500, around 2,250 grams of weight burns out within 20 kilometers.
20 kilometers.
20 kilometers, that's called CO2.
Okay.
Therefore, 2,250 divided by 20, almost 115 or something it comes. 115 grams per kilometer that you drive a car. For you can imagine about, say per day you travel 40 kilometers in the city, 40 into 120 for around 4,000, around 4 kg goes to the earth.
CO2 goes
CO2
to the
goes
air.
to the earth.
Okay.
To the air. Therefore, that is the actual calculation.
So that's environmental accounting.
Yeah, finding out how much you pollute and how much you save pollution
Okay.
by using the solar power
Okay.
or maybe windmill,
Okay.
for how you can save the earth in the future.
Of course.
One of the concern for me is how to quantify all this.
Okay.
If you want to control something, you have to quantify it.
You need figures. You need.
You need quantitative figure,
Yes,
not
yes.
qualitative figures.
Yes.
For every quantification can be controlled.
Of course.
That's why everyone believes, those who studied commerce or even science people, they believe very difficult to quantify these
Of course.
things.
Of course.
But my study is about how to quantify.
Okay. So you just gone across. You've just jumped that little bridge, saying it's too difficult, and you've gone directly to quantifying it.
Yes, my aim was mainly to quantify these things.
Of course.
But I have found what are the various measures available in the world
Okay.
to quantify these environmental degradation,
Okay.
especially CO2 and various nitrogen oxide, sulfuric
So
oxide.
we can calculate any
Anything. Yes. See, for example, every day we come across, the government also publishes CO2 level.
Of course.
And
In the air.
Yeah, in the
Yeah,
air,
of course.
in the city.
In the city.
SO2 level, yeah, nitrogen oxide level.
Okay.
For when they are measuring, that means it comes from the earth.
Of course.
That means they are able to quantify it. That means every industry which pollutes
Should be able to
quantify it.
They should be able to quantify.
They should be able to quantify. Otherwise, that quantification from outside is not possible.
Of course, of course.
Therefore, my aim was how to quantify and how to report these matters
Okay.
through financial accounting.
Okay.
For financial accounting, we have done, so far not done,
Okay.
but there's a separate report made by Global Reporting Initiative.
Of course.
This is the social service organization
Yes.
reporting on the whole world. Around 250 companies are reporting under this.
They're reporting to them with their figures of how
Yes,
they're
yes, yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
They give a structure. For organization giving a clear structure,
course.
how to report under various guides.
Of course.
That is, they report on how much power used, how much pollution generated, how much power you buy, how much power you generate,
Of course.
and each level of power you pollute.
Of course.
So they have a clear structure on this. Then water pollution, then water consumption, and they are also reporting on the environmental degradation due to wastage. How to measure the wastage?
So everything that, let's
Yes.
say that the amount of garbage that
Yes,
the college
that is all
produces,
measured.
Yeah. So that can be measured.
Measured.
Okay.
How much is environmental degradation happened because of that?
Just because of burning that
Burning
or just
this,
storing that.
burning or storing or whatever you do. For one
So
of the
this can be done for anything.
anything, including educational institutions.
Okay.
I tell you, the most polluting industry, according to me, is wrongly to say industry, is the educational institution pollutes very high.
Okay.
There are 3,000 students. Say, let us take a college.
College, yes.
Around 3,000 students.
Yes.
Every student travels.
Yes, of course.
For when he travels, I told you,
Yes, sir.
every student polluting 4 kg.
Oh my God.
3,000 students. 3,000 into minimum, say, let us say, around 2,000 kg, 2 kg per head. Therefore, 3,000 into 2, 6,000 kgs per day. Therefore, in a week, you calculate. Suppose that's why my contention was Saturday, let them declare holiday so that they can pollute less.
I think that will strike a very well chord with the students here.
Yeah, that is one. Second one is how much our students using food.
Food, yes.
Food wastage.
Wastage, yeah.
That also creates environmental degradation.
Of course.
For that can be measured.
Of course.
We use computers. For how much computer generates CO2. Because it uses
So,
electricity.
but don't you think in our modern society, with how dependent we are on all of these things, like if you take a 20-year-old today, he or she is dependent on his car or his bike,
Right.
his phone, mobile phone,
Correct.
computer, PC, going out with friends, eating this, that.
Right.
So, do you think with these figures, we will reach a point one day? I'm not saying it's not going to happen easily in the next decade.
Now,
but
2040 it might happen.
we'll be able to educate them and
No,
reduce
that the environmental pollution can be controlled, will be controlled.
by 2040.
Yeah.
Why do you say that? So why?
Because all the, see, if there's a political will,
of course.
it is achievable.
Okay.
Now the whole world leaders have agreed in principle and they are working towards it
Of course.
seriously.
The Paris Summit.
Yes.
Yes.
Therefore, they are working towards it. And that's why China also has made a rule.
Yes.
I think 2040, they are going to cancel all the cars which are run by petrol.
Petrol. Oh, that's quite a very
they-
bold step.
Yeah, bold step. They are going to come with the car with the solar
Solar power.
for electrical power.
Of
All the other things they are trying to bring.
Yes.
So the pollution level will be controlled 100%. That's my belief.
Okay.
And every educational institution, for example, we are buying power so much. We can have one windmill.
Windmill, of course.
Let it rotate slowly. It doesn't matter.
But we will generate some amount of
Yeah, you know,
electricity.
you put a solar power.
Okay.
We need not buy any power from anywhere.
Okay.
Therefore, if you don't quantify the pollution now, you will not take steps to control it.
Because when you don't have the numbers, you
Yes.
don't know the effect you're putting on the environment. You don't know how much you're damaging.
Early
it.
morning, yesterday, somebody told me,
Of course.
we find difficult to breathe.
Breathe. In college.
Yeah, in the morning,
Morning.
Meaning between 7 to 10, we are not able to breathe. That is the report, actually.
But why?
Pollution level has this winter time,
Okay.
the pollution
So it
level
descends.
comes down
Okay.
in the early morning. That's why you
Okay.
should not walk in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Before 11 o'clock, you should not walk.
Okay, of course.
And therefore,
During winters, you mean? Because it's
now
colder.
this season,
This
you cannot
okay.
walk.
You cannot
If you walk, you generate, you actually consume pollution.
The pollutants which are there
Yes,
in the atmosphere,
the atmosphere
just
will
descend.
descend.
Okay.
Therefore, you have to quantify first. Once you quantify, you will control.
Of course.
Otherwise, impossible. That is why everyone says, everyone does not have the figure first. That is why they are not able to, oh, this much we are polluting.
Because if they know that they're polluting it, if you, like you said, in your fields, environmental accounting, you're giving them those figures.
Figures,
so
right.
they can actually start off
Start.
somewhere.
For example, Bipro, big companies, they started constructing the solar power,
Of course.
windmill.
Of course, of course.
Small windmill you can see somewhere
Okay.
in some companies.
Okay.
Main purpose is to generate power within,
Okay.
wherever is possible.
Okay.
Even water.
Okay.
I think you know aircraft also they don't use water.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It burns out,
Yes,
right?
sir, yes, sir.
That means water you are able to, they were able to measure the water usage and the weight of the water,
Of course.
because every liter of water consumes so much of power,
Yes, sir.
so much of petrol it
Petrol,
consumes.
and that is in turn polluting the environment.
Therefore, you are trying to control the weight. Recently, you might have seen a flight without seat.
Yes, yes, I do remember reading that.
The main purpose is every seat is removed. People can travel by standing.
So you're telling me that one day airplanes are going to become like
Not
our
one day, now it will come. It's already there.
So like our metros.
Yes, you can stand because for standing for 20 minutes and with a small cushioned seat for the back, and you can just stand. Therefore, instead of 200 people traveling, 400 people can travel. Therefore, that indirectly you are controlling the pollution.
Yeah, because you're saving on one flight's
Weight you are saving,
Okay.
and more number of people are traveling.
Of course.
Therefore, your cost will come down.
And you're reducing the amount of fuel
Yes,
that's actually used to
yes,
fly
yes.
these people. Oh, that's
For
very nice.
the air pollution is especially aircraft produces 5 times of the car pollution.
Okay. Of
Therefore,
course,
yeah,
obviously.
for five
I
times.
mean, it's quite bigger, and the
Bigger.
amount of fuel
Yeah.
that's being used by an aircraft, even for let's say 2 or 3 kilometers for the shortest flights that are possible, is quite a lot compared to.
Therefore, the quantification, as far as possible, I try to give them some figure,
Of course.
especially for the commerce faculty, those who are in the various universities,
Of course.
that it is measurable. Because everyone believes today it is not possible.
Yes. There are people who still say that climate
Yes.
change and global warming is not because we don't have the figures.
Figures.
Okay.
Now I am telling it is possible, it is there, and these are the ways we can measure, and therefore it is useful for you, and you educate the commerce faculty, especially commerce students.
So in a way, with you in this field, you're giving them the first step to actually save the environment
Yes.
on a scale that's never been done before.
No, it is done. It has been done by the various developed countries, but it
But
is
in our
not
country-
widely. It's not widely popular.
Of course.
Not known.
Okay.
And especially India is concerned. Even chartered accountants they don't know.
And why would they know a
Yeah.
environmental account?
Why chartered accountants do not know? The faculty members who are teaching at the college level, they are not aware of it. When they are not aware, they are not able to educate the students. These students become chartered accountants.
And they don't know.
They don't know.
Okay.
Therefore, the reporting wise, once I spoken to one of the, I think, chartered accountants, why you are not bothered about reporting about environmental degradation? They said, sir, if we sign it, we put a tick mark, we get lakhs. For environmental accounting is concerned, you have to quantify it. Who is giving money for us?
Oh, there's no monetary benefit to actually doing
No
this.
monetary benefit. It's an additional work for us.
Of course.
Therefore, why should I spend so much of time without getting any money?
Oh.
For this, auditing is much easier for us.
Yeah, because you have all of it.
Yes,
it's
every
all
data is
done
there.
for you. You
Done
just
for
need to sign on that.
Sign on the,
you
you get
your
money. Yeah. Verification
So,
is
but that's
easier.
it's a very selfish way to look at things. I
See,
mean,
as
to
long
understand-
as the law is not imposed on them, or unless they say government of India comes with the rule saying that every company has to report in India about environmental degradation, and chartered accountant will not take care of it.
Of course.
But always all the chartered accountant and the professional people, they insist or they demand only when it becomes a rule.
Even when it comes to auditing a
Yes,
company and so on and
auditing
so
is
forth.
compulsory.
That is the only reason they're doing
That's why
it.
they are doing it.
Because the law insists
Yes,
they have
you
to.
remove that,
They'll stop doing it.
they'll stop doing
Every
it.
chartered accountant
Yes.
will have no job.
No job. And they ensure that that will be compulsory.
I think that's a
Say for example, cost
characteristic
audit.
of,
Cost audit also not compulsory for all companies.
Yeah.
So it is not widely
known.
Whereas financial audit is concerned, it's compulsory. Therefore, unless the rules are very strict, compulsorily every auditor has to quantify and report on these matters in the annual report. It will not be possible. That's why now the government slowly they are trying to bring
Do you think
the rules.
so that there will, because of environmental degradation is compulsory in our country?
It will come. It will come soon.
Soon.
Yeah, very soon. But only one thing is the people who can measure,
Of course.
we don't have enough personnel to measure. That is the problem.
There are no accountants to actually
There are no
do
accountants,
this.
yes,
Okay.
to do that. That's why-
I think you're only a handful.
yeah, very
people
few
who are
people. Yeah, now
qualified
at
to do
least,
this.
yes. But there are, say for example, there are certain firms are also reporting from India.
Of course.
Professional firms are reporting.
Doing it for foreign countries. Or
No,
foreign
India.
In India.
There are 74 companies are reporting from India.
Oh, that's not bad, sir.
Yeah, they are reporting
It's a start.
voluntarily basis. That is also reported by ENY.
Of course.
But there is a separate unit in some part of the world dealing with that. Therefore, the local chartered accountants, they are not aware of how it is reported, why it is reported, what is the quantum of report. No one is aware of it.
They're just doing it for the sake of
No, these people don't know.
Okay. They don't
There
know
is
at
a
all.
separate unit like
Okay.
separate center reporting about Indian companies
Okay.
from ENY itself.
And our own people are not.
Yeah, ENY who are working in ENY in Bangalore, they are not aware of it because it is reported by separate unit. Some part of the world, globally they do it. There are many companies, 74 companies. For my GRA report, it says 74 companies from India is reporting, very clear. I am very happy that ENY is reporting.
ENY is quite a very big firm.
Compared to other firms, ENY is reporting from India. KPMG is also reporting, not about Indian firms, but reporting about world, other country,
Of course.
about
So,
various
but
firms from
don't
other
you
countries.
think like when these big four companies like if KPMG like you said is doing it, EY is doing it, don't you think if Deloitte or Prince Water, Cooper House and Goldman Sachs, if they all start doing it, don't you think these smaller firms will see it
See,
as a sort of
these multinational
inspiration?
firms will do only when it is compulsory.
Okay. They have no incentive right now.
There is no
to do it.
incentive. For audit has got big money,
Of course.
but
Financial
environmental
auditing.
accounting, because not compulsory, or you cannot demand.
Of course.
You cannot demand from the company, please give me this much so that I will do this audit.
Okay.
But whereas financial audit is concerned, you can demand because it's compulsory.
Of course.
But the company also will be willing
Yeah,
to
because
pay.
if you charge let's say you're charging 1 lakh for an audit, environmental audit, the company can say it's too much, it's not compulsory.
Not
Why are we
compulsory,
doing
why
it?
should we
Why
do?
should we do it?
And also in India, if some companies are reporting about environmental degradation, how they have a fear, what public will think about us.
If the public gets these figures.
Yeah, they sometimes say you are polluting so much, therefore you have to close down. Well, public may shout at them. That's why they don't want to disclose. If every company discloses, then it won't be an
it's
issue.
not a thing. So like, yeah, because they'll be made a scapegoat.
Yes, correct. But whereas
There might be someone who's polluting
Yes.
more than them, but
Yes.
their figures are not there. So the
Correct.
public has only this guy's figures and they will attack him.
But shipping companies mostly in the world, they report because out of fear. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you
Yeah.
for spending your time with
Yeah.
me. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Right.
ladies and gentlemen, for joining me on this episode of Walk the Talk. Thank you.